So I want to talk about the circulatory system since that's what the assignment's about. But before we get into the circulatory system, I'm just going to talk briefly about the respiratory system because they kind of work together. So respiratory system, obviously, it's how you take in oxygen. Okay, so you breathe in, and then you have your alveoli down here. This is what you're going to be talking about, little grape-like structures. Um, Diaphragm is what kind of causes the air to go in and out. Don't get too caught up on this, but this attaches to your circulatory system. So that's why we're mentioning this. All right, circulatory system. Again, on your assignment, keep it simple. It's basically a highway within your body that includes, your capillaries, your veins, your arteries. Those are all vessels that connect everything in your body and are used to transport whatever your body needs. So this could be, blood cells, water, nutrients, hormones, anything. It's going to transport it throughout different places to your body that it needs to. So circulatory system is divided into the cardiovascular, heart, veins, arteries, that stuff, and then the lymphatic for like your lymph nodes, white blood cells, that kind of thing. All right, heart. There's not too much on here in terms of details on specific parts of the heart. You'll have to know oxygenated versus deoxygenated blood, which side it goes in, basic stuff like that. But blood pressure is important, especially on your EOC. That's what it's going to concentrate on, are different factors that affect the blood pressure. And this is basically the force exerted on your blood as it moves through the body. So think of a garden hose. Okay, really simple. There's a certain amount of force going through that garden hose, a certain amount of pressure. If you start squeezing that garden hose, you're going to have stronger pressure. If you have a larger garden hose, larger diameter, there's less pressure. Okay, there's various factors in your body that are going to affect your vessels, your garden hose there. Again, think of it like that. It's an easy way to remember it. All right. And then, like I said, so this connects your entire body, your muscles, your organs, everything through the blood vessels, the veins, the arteries, the capillaries, and it transports the oxygen, nutrients, hormones. Okay, those are the big ones. If you have that in your assignment, that it transports oxygen, nutrients, and hormones throughout your body, you're pretty good. And then, white blood cells, it helps, fight off infections too. All right. So like I mentioned with the garden hose, the first thing that's going to affect your blood pressure is the diameter of your vessels. So if you start squeezing it, or if there's gunk inside that garden hose, the pressure is going to increase. Okay, when pressure increases, the blood flow decreases. Got to keep that in mind. So there's different things that can cause the vessel diameter to increase or decrease. Think of general health. Um, cholesterol, things like that, gunk that can build up, it can increase it. Um, and then there's also volume. So basically, if you have higher weight, there's more blood. If there's more blood, there's more volume, more blood, higher blood pressure. All right, so I kind of already mentioned exercise, obviously. So your heart is a muscle. So the more you use your heart through exercise, you strengthen that. And the more you strengthen it, the more efficient it is. So hang on for the announcement. All right, and then so different things that can affect that diameter, like I said, exercise is going to help it. Diseases and smoking, these are going to decrease your vein size. Um, and then not only that, smoking and then different diseases, they can reduce the amount of oxygen your blood can carry. So it's kind of, you know, even worse. So not only are your blood vessels getting smaller, but your blood can't carry as much oxygen, which is why, these heavy smokers tend to get out of breath a lot easier. And then you have viscosity, basically the thickness of blood, viscosity is the thickness of a liquid. So If you have a low viscosity, meaning your blood is very thin, um, your blood pressure will be less. This is what blood thinners do. Blood thinners reduce the viscosity of your blood. As opposed to high viscosity, think of thicker, like honey. If you have a thicker blood, it's going to increase the blood pressure. All right. This isn't on your assignment or anything. As far as your exam goes, these are on your exam, the different parts of the brain. Um, you won't need to know the functions of them, and this is on your EOC as well. So really, there's nothing you really need to know other than just being able to memorize the different locations of the lobes of the brain and the different parts of the brain. So that's on there if you need it. I think that's pretty much everything. All right, so that's everything. So that's a little overview of the circulatory system, the important things you need to know, and then that assignment. So if you need any further help, please let me know.